WJTS News, I'm Charlotte Olson. Last night, the Northeast DuBois School Board discussed a variety of topics pertaining to the development of a number of schools within the district and the overall progress that the corporation is aiming for. One of the most recognizable items was the recommendation to modify administrators' insurance. This particular recommendation is significant as corporation principals agreed to contribute back to the district by having their insurance benefits reduced by 50%. Superintendent Bill Hoaxang also recommended having his own benefits cut in half as well. These recommendations came after Hoaxang had held a previous meeting with school administrators where all discussed taking action and helping with the budget concerns that the corporation is now facing. At last night's gathering, Northeast DuBois board members expressed their gratitude towards the high school principal, Tina Fox, middle school principal, Ryan Case, and Celestine and DuBois Elementary Principal Brenda Ferguson for their contributions, which is estimated to be approximately $30,000 in savings for the corporation. Board President Mary Pankey says that in savings is almost worth the amount of hiring a new teacher that would have been put back into the corporation funds by paying half of the corporation insurance out of pocket. The board approved the recommendation for the principal's 50% benefit reduction. As for Hoaxang's request, the board motioned to first hold a hearing regarding a change in Hoaxang's contract before collectively reviewing the topic at their next board meeting. In other business last night, the board discussed a grant that the district received from the DuBois County Community Foundation for $10,000 to go towards extending the involvement of the corporation's social workers. Superintendent Bill Hoaxang reflects on the changes that the social worker position has once gone through.
Just going to be a tremendous opportunity for our school corporation as a whole. How this all started was, for 20 years we had a grant to have a social worker at the high school. And then when that went away 2 years ago, the board voted to keep the social worker on a part-time basis, basically just 3 days a week from 5. But we moved the social worker to all our schools, not just the high school. So the workload increased, the time decreased, and it was all because of funding. That's just about all we could afford. And the foundation came in and gave us a boost of a $10,000 grant, and that'll increase our person from 3 days to 4 days. So we're excited about that. She'll get into all our schools and just help our kids, and especially those kids with the most need.
Hoaxang adds that the position serves the purpose of meeting the needs of students that will help them be prepared and ready to learn, and is excited to receive the grant since it is a useful asset for the school. And finally last night, the Every Student Succeeds Act was a pending item of discussion and was approved by the board. The resolution dictates that the act will replace the 2001 No Child Left Behind Act. According to the resolution, the act will provide each state with control of its education practices regarding the accountability system. Hoaxang compares the two acts and why he asked the board to adopt the resolution.
I recommend to the board tonight that they sign the resolution that many schools are signing right now, and that's asking our General Assembly, our State Superintendent of Public Instruction, our Department of Education, and other leaders in the education area to fix the problem with our accountability system. Currently we have the one-size-fits-all, and it gives a school a grade, it gives a teacher a grade, it gives a student a grade basically, or basically a pass, a fail, or a pass plus, and it's not set out to do that. So we're just asking that they take the time with the new federal law, the Every Student Succeeds Act, is giving the state the flexibility to do what's right, and we're just asking them to take the time, do what's right, do the right thing, and have a system that fits all those needs.
Many schools are signing this resolution throughout the nation in order to provide a more complete and accurate portrayal of school and district progress as indicated by the new resolution. This reminder from troopers at the Jasper post of the Indiana State Police say that they will be conducting a sobriety checkpoint at an undisclosed location in DuBois County this evening. The department says that those passing through the checkpoint area should have their licenses and registrations ready to present to the troopers, and that they will only be detained briefly while it's used to determine whether further investigation is a necessity. In a news release, the Indiana State Police say that the purpose of the sobriety checkpoint is to remove those motorists from the highways who are alcohol and/or drug impaired and pose a danger to all who use the roadway. Every year, impaired drivers are responsible for billions of dollars in property damage, personal injury, and death. Motorists encountering another vehicle being operated irresponsibly are encouraged to dial 911 or call the Jasper post of the Indiana State Police post at 812-482-1441 or 800-742-7475. They say to be prepared to give a description of the vehicle, its location, and the direction of travel. A Rockport couple are behind bars after an ongoing drug investigation developed into additional methamphetamine-related charges. At 8:15 Central Time last Sunday, a trooper with the Indiana State Police and a deputy with the Spencer County Sheriff's Department were attempting to serve an arrest warrant at a home along the 800 block of Sycamore Street in Rockport, stemmed from a narcotics investigation by state police that led to numerous drug-related charges being levied against 32-year-old Jonathan Byers of Rockport. State police located Byers walking from his Sycamore Street residence and placed him into custody without incident. While searching Byers, the troopers discovered coffee filters believed to have been used in the methamphetamine lab that field tested positive for the drug. A probation search was conducted by the officers at the residence. During the search, a one-pot meth lab, articles used to manufacture meth, a hypodermic needle, and other drug paraphernalia were found at the residence. Police say that 48-year-old Tony Allen of Rockport was inside the residence and was placed into custody as well. Both Byers and Allen were taken to and booked on various drug-related charges into the Spencer County Jail. State police were assisted by the ISP Meth Supervision Section, the Spencer County Sheriff's Department, and the Spencer County Probation Department as well. The Indiana Court of Appeals has ruled in favor of ESPN in its lawsuit against the University of Notre Dame over regards detailing alleged crimes by student athletes that the University Police Department has refused to release. The three-judge panel overturned a lower court's decision ruling Tuesday that the university's police department is a public agency subject to the state's public records law. But the judge also said that other exemptions may apply to the records sought by the sports network and ordered a lower court to decide if the records must be released. Notre Dame officials could not immediately be reached for a comment. A Notre Dame attorney has argued that lawmakers never intended for public record laws to apply to private colleges. Any DuBois County nonprofit organization wishing to host a fundraising booth at the 2016 Jasper Strassenfest should submit their applications to the Strassenfest Committee as soon as possible. Applications are now available online at www.jasperstrassenfest.org. Applications must be submitted by no later than Friday, April the 15th. Organizations may also register at an informational meeting for all new and returning booth organizations to be held Tuesday, March the 22nd at 6 o'clock at the Jasper Knights of Columbus, which is located at 201 East 30th Street in Jasper. At least one representative of each organization hosting a booth at this year's fest is asked to attend this informational meeting. Representatives from the fire, code, and health enforcement agencies will be on hand at this meeting to present information and also to answer questions about new and existing local and state regulations. Once again, Strassenfest booth applications must be submitted by no later than Friday, April the 15th. If you have other questions or concerns, you can contact Corey Eckerly via email at cleckerly@gmail.com. You may also call or text your questions to Corey at 812-630-8791. Make sure to keep it right here because up next we're going to take a look at your weather summary.